Guys, it looks like we're going to have to get back into gem making methods because I looked around. There is none. I mean, I'm not pretty wealthy right now because I've been participating in the clan wars, but I have a total of 10 billion wrap, and I'll show you a couple methods that I use to get some gems. The one we're going to be heading into is the best area, obviously. So I could just farm this. I throw in a hasty flag with sprinklers and auto farm this. I mean, here's my loadout. Works pretty well. I get about 60 million gems per day and about 200 million in items. Mainly it's just the keys. It's just the MVP keys because they're new right now and they're making a lot of gems, which is pretty obvious. I'm AFK for about a minute or so. Alright, it's been around a minute. I made about 50,000 gems, right? If you multiply that by 60, that's 3 million in an hour, just based on gems, no drops. And I didn't get a lot of chests. So 3 million an hour, that's 60, that's 72 million gems a day. I mean, that was probably on the high side. Obviously, you can hatch eggs and get the time trials, and which we're gonna get back into right now. All right, so my time trials are pretty slow. You aim for, so when you get into the time trial, I don't have the right loadout. When you get into the time trial, this is the loadout I use based on the items that I have. I'm not that good with the items because I don't have all the enchant slots. But basically, you just run around, destroy these, right? I like to place a high time for my first runs and then slightly get under because you get a 15% bonus per run that you do. I did the math. I'll show you the math in it. Alright, so here I was talking to one of my clan members right here. He was saying that he farms with this and stuff. And I was telling him it's pretty bad because you have to put in an investment into it, right? Which you always have to invest into your items. But basically, if you farm this with max capacity, have multiple alt accounts, you could get up to $28 million, 28 million gems per hour, which is pretty good. But you have to constantly farm. Reading from the chat, also, you get if you're like super rich, obviously you have to have like a couple of Titanics, maybe a Gargantuan. You could get up to 56 million an hour, but obviously the faster your routes are. Still, this is if you farm this to a fast capacity, you're pretty well at the game or whatever. I only earned 250 points because I did completely garbage. But yeah, but you should only do this if you have a well-based and you're nice and wealthy. I don't have much. I have these bunch of rainbows and goldens and normal huges. Yeah, I could pretty get well done. If I do all 10 runs, I get just basically enough for the tier 5, which if you get under the tier 3 chest, you it's not really worth doing these runs. You make under 25 mil an hour, which is actually awful because you make more farming these MVP keys in this area, which like that. And well, let's get on to our next one. Alright, so our next one is probably the best offering. It's farming these events. If you don't have farming these, like these new events that they added are not very profitable. They're kind of trash, but I haven't farmed it much. I was talking to some clan buddies, like as you saw. You break even. No, you don't break even. You make like, if you farm it like fully, you make $1 billion profit the entire update, unless you get a Titanic. My strategy was having TNT Capybara. I sold it at 300 mil because it was starting to fall in price. So I would just go here, right? Obviously, you want in hardcore mode. I don't think I have unlocked, but yeah. I would go here, go to the infinite mode, and farm as far as you can, because it gives you the highest chance of getting the huges and stuff. But because a lot of other people are also farming this, they dropped the price of this huge all the way to 7 mil. You might be able to find some for 6 mil and 5 mil. But this Titanic is actually really what you're going for, because, you know, even if you farm these gifts and stuff, you're not going to be making value off of them. Because you have to invest like into the TNT Capybara and like the Agony Dragon, I think it's called. We could go and find it real quick. The Mechanical Griffin and the Helicopter Corgi, which I've been seeing a lot of people run. You run these three. I've been seeing it, and also maybe this one if you keep on spending money. But it's not really profitable to run all these. If you buy them all, you got to grind every single second of the day for it to make your money back. But really, the only way that you can make big profit into these to make them even worth it is if you get the Titanic, which 1,000 people have done. But also, once you farm all your rubies, I would save up for like a couple days of farming your rubies, and then go and hatch a ton of these and try to get a rainbow huge at minimum. If you don't have enough rubies to even think that you could get a rainbow huge, don't go into it until like the very last day, so you could actually get your rubies worth, and try to get to the Titanic, because this is worth 8 billion, which is insane profit while AFKing and farming these events. The leaderboards are probably one of the most profitable ways to even occur gems in these money making methods. Obviously, if you're bad at the game and like low off, these events are not good for you, because you have to put a billions of gems into investments. Let's say if you bought this like the first day, it was like 5 billion. Look, there's only 750 exist. It's not a lot at all. It's actually pretty terrible. It's pretty expensive. It's actually hard to get off hands. You're gonna have to probably pay a premium to get them now. It's pretty hard to get. You probably have to pay 1.5 billion. But right now they're gonna sell it because the new update's coming out, which is actually, I think they're removing this whole event. So now let's go on to our next money making method. So the way you make your money here is you go to the last area. Obviously, you want the best ship so you can AFK the longest. But you go to the last area, which I believe is this Blizzard Bay. So I think I have 2 of them in my inventory right now, actually. Yeah, look. I just logged on, right? You just started upgrading my stuff. I got 2 of these, right? One day, one the other day. But if you just fish, get one easy big pool, you're already on a leaderboard, and you just get this for free. Obviously, they're worth more the higher you get up, but this is you can only really get these better ones if you buy all the gear. Like if you're maxed out, buy the big fishing boat, because it gives you 12% luck, and you could hold 250 fish at once. That's it's more than I could hold. And obviously buy the best fishing rod, and so. Also, which people don't really see a lot, because I don't know why. They don't get the best pet. It doesn't increase much. It increases like, I'd say like 8%. But if you get like a rainbow shiny one, they're not tradable obviously. But if you get this is for like once you upgrade max. If you get a rainbow shiny this and you have a bunch of huges, it boosts the huges. So like this is 250 multiplier, and that's obviously the worst thing. I think that gives me like, I think it's like 4% or something. I don't know how good the best one is, but people overlook this. This is worth getting in shiny rainbow, because they say they're keeping this event in the game, so it's going to stay a long time, which is going to make it easier to get the Titanic, right? You could get a chance to get 5 a day. Getting anywhere, once you hit a shiny, it's profit. But if you just want to like get 1 huge a day, fish this until you're on the leaderboard, hop off. You know, you could do this on 10 accounts, get I don't know, 100 mil a day for if you're AFKing on all like 10 accounts on one computer. It takes an hour to get 100 mil, which is insane. But obviously you could only get 1 spot in the leaderboard. But if next method, I'll be going to an OG method. I used to do this method myself when I was under like 100 mil net worth. Once you're at the tech world, we're gonna go to mini games. I don't know where it is. Claw machine. So area 143 at the tech world. You go into the claw machine, right? So what you're really aiming for are the blue and pink eggs. I don't see any pink eggs in the server, but you go around, go up. The method I used to do is you run all the way to the side, line it up here, and then I don't think you can run in the back. Oh, you can. And then line this up. Make sure it's aligned there. Then drop it down. Boom. That's how long did that take? 50 seconds or whatever. A minute. So in a minute, I made. Oh shoot, I don't have it. I don't have notifications on. But if I go here, go to 20, that's 150K, right? These usually have high demand. You could sell them really quick. So in a minute, I net profited, I'd say 120,000, which is pretty good if you're lower off, which is actually really good if you constantly farm this. So the method was to go here. Obviously, they made it harder with the. Here. Look, I'll show you a better method to farm this in a second. But the method I used to use is just hopping back and forth into World 2. So you go back to the tech world, obviously. There's also macros that do this. There's also macros that do this. Macros automatically go here. I think they're not allowed. I don't remember. But it's pretty hard to find macros. If I find one, I will link it in the description, but I won't probably. So here's one money making method. So this one's fresh, it looks like, and it has 2. And I could play for it, but I'll show you the other one. So first, so to start the best farming method for the arcade, this is probably, I'll do the math. I'll put it on the screen right here. Right up probably in the middle or somewhere. I'm gonna throw, so I'm gonna be in tech world, right? Be at tech world, stay in tech world. I'm gonna leave. Go to a private server. I don't have my private server up, so I'm gonna use my buddy's. So I'm gonna join his private server. It's gonna automatically load me into a server by myself. Takes a bit. Pretty sure this is one of the quickest methods to get the pink egg, because people also server hop through public servers and get the egg by themselves. So if there's not a pink egg, somebody could have took it. But if you don't have access to a private server, I'll put a website down in the description that automatically gives PetSim99 private servers, which is just to help you guys out if you guys are making gems, need to make gems and stuff. So go here, 143. Okay, it's not gonna let me type that in. Scroll down here, 143 here, Arcade Town. Turn around here, farm it. Sometimes it lags and doesn't let you in. Alright, looks like I'm not gonna get a pink one. But look, you get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, only 3. 300K eggs, which is basically profit if you know what you're doing. So I'm gonna line this up. I'm gonna try to get the coins instead, the gems. I want to see how much these are worth to see if these are also profitable to grab. Obviously, this is the smaller one. I missed that one. I'm gonna go for this big one down here. We'll zoom in so you guys can see that big one. So I'm gonna play a token. These are about 20K, I think, the token. I think they're actually 16K because they dropped in value. They used to be 40K when I used to farm them. And the eggs would be 2.5 million for the pink ones. I think they also reduced the chances of you getting a pink one, which is kind of boring. But these are all lined up, right? And I'm gonna wait for the wobble and drop it on the wobble. And that's a grab. All right, so now that I got this egg, let's see how much it's worth. So I have 9.1, and it gave me, I think it's 100k. So it gave me 100k gems, which is instant sell. You don't even have to go into the server to sell it, which is pretty good. So if you did that, I would say it takes about, I'll pull up a calculator real quick. So if you get, I'm gonna say you could get at least, this is bare minimum, right? You get 100, okay, times, I'm gonna say it takes 2 minutes to get one of these eggs. So that's 30, times it by 30, right? And this is an hour. This is bare minimum, right? This is what you get. This is if you get lowest, you don't get a pink egg at all. And if you just farm this for 4 hours, that's 14 mil, that's 2 huges. You can get two huges a day if you just farm for 2 hours. Obviously, you can't do this with multiple accounts, which sucks. That's the reason why the fishing is better. But usually you need a Kraken rod, and other things. So I would put this at like D tier. Like, this is only really when you're super broke, you can't invest in any money into it. But it's also really good for poor people, which is obviously why you're probably at the video. And also, I'd go to, and going into our last money making method is giveaways. I'm doing a giveaway once this update airs the day after. Actually, once the update comes out, I'll be giving away one of my huge holiday doves. I'll try to do the highest level, and if this video does well, I'll obviously do more. If this video does well, like, I'll say, I don't know, my videos don't do well, I'll give 2 huges, a rainbow huge and a Dalmatian. And yeah, well, that pretty much sums up the video. If you guys want to join my Discord server, I'll leave the link in the description. We give away free private servers. We give out clan tips and tricks. I don't even know there's a shop. But we also do free to play and pay to win item loadout servers. We're also a newer clan, so we're not the best right now. But we're looking to get new members. That's also another money making method. Clan battles, they're usually not profitable. Here's our clan. We 36 billion gems donated. We don't have max players, so we're opening to a lot of players. You're gonna have to join our Discord to obviously enter. And see you guys, head out and make sure to like and subscribe so I can get more followers. See you guys.